Hey, everybody, I'm so excited. It is the rookie Heartbreak, Season 1, Episode 12.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I cannot believe it's Valentine's, and we are going to be talking about serial killers, badge bunnies, and we get a little personal with Wesley and Talia. What is going on?
Yeah, it's tonight's episode was a good one. It was cute. Had a little, still gave us a nice little dose of action and all that jazz. But, first off, for those of us, for those of you that are watching, I'm Kaaos J.
I'm Cherry, and sorry Mike isn't here, but he'll be back real soon. What? And, of course, happy Valentine's, everybody.
You know what's crazy is I know that Valentine's is this week, but it like completely leaves my thought like it leaves my mind until someone says Valentine's. I'm like, oh shit, that's right, it is this week.
It is this week, and this
Not thinking about
episode is all about Valentine's.
It is
it's
all about
so
the
much
love.
fun. I cannot believe that Nolan's hero complex has brought a little bit of trouble in his house. What'd you think about the opening scene with Gray and their interrupting of his date with his wife?
Okay, so see, I have a few thoughts about that. Now, I get that, Sergeant Gray was on a date, with his wife. Respect. I understand. However, the fact that he came over and said, see, at first I initially thought they were like at a party, but they just happened to be in the same place. I'm gonna need you to not worry about what I'm doing over here and you focus on your wife over there. I thought he was mad disrespectful coming over there and trying to tell them, I don't want to see you here. Y'all gotta bounce. Now, again, I understand you're on a date, so he could have just simply said, oh, okay, he could have made a smart comment about them being at the same place, but hey, it's a special night for me and my wife, so please just, pay me no attention. Done. You have to be an asshole about it.
That's Gray's way. Come on.
Okay, but I'm gonna need you to tone that down, take some of that bass out your voice.
He never will. He was spending time with his wife and he's hearing some stuff he didn't like. She was telling him about empty nesters, wanting him to retire, wanting to move, and he doesn't like being told what to do.
Facts, I get that.
And I have to say, I loved how Nolan was off duty, but he was still on duty being a hero. Can I have a little Nolan in my life?
Hello, what? See, here's the thing though. Okay, and shout out to Nolan. I kind of feel like most police officers are, they're always on to a certain extent, even when they're off. So I kind of, I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit, but I'm not gonna give him too much credit because obviously, right is right, wrong is wrong, and if anything, they are the, duly appointed people of, trying to discern what's right and what's wrong and, serving that justice. So he had to serve my man up because my man was mad disrespectful talking about get your own. She's mine. First off, bro.
Dude, you bought her a drink, which she refused. And she was like, nah, I got my own drink. But I have to say, West and Chen were both like, let's just bounce. We need to go. Gray ignored it because it wasn't super loud and it wasn't in his face. And I don't think he really would have said anything. So I thought it was an interesting example of A, their growth, and B, their very distinct personalities. West has changed so much from the very first episode. And Chen, sometimes I think she's super involved. And then sometimes I think she's just like, I don't care.
Right.
Not my business. I'm off duty. Go about your business.
And I can see that too. I can see there being situations where even though you are a cop, it's like, you know what? This isn't really serious, so I'm not going to get involved. And I can't be mad at that either.
And Nolan's hero complex got him a little badge bunny, which was a little flattering till she went psycho.
Right. So they pull up on the scene. The pole is knocked over. There's a live wire. And what I don't I get it for the show's purpose and, and whatever, and setting up that scene. But come on. If you get out of your car and you see there's a live wire, why would you just stop and look around? Outside of making sure that it's not in your direct path for you to escape, I'm going to need you to go ahead and move.
I think she was trying to commit suicide. She ran into the pole. There was no other cars around.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Because I didn't...
I see you, girl. I see you.
Yeah.
I see you. Because remember she said like it'd been a year since her husband died and she was having a hard time.
Right.
And then that's why she became fixated on Nolan.
Well, yeah, because, he's like, you lifted the clouds away from me and I feel reborn and alive. And I know I say that in a mockingly tone, and I'm not really mocking. I definitely understand, and I do empathize. But yeah, she went a little too far.
Mm-hmm. She's lost. And so some people, when they're lost, fixate on things. I think she was sort of planning out her suicide, and all of a sudden he kind of whacked her off that path. And that's why she was so fascinated and so like deciding he was the one that was going to save her.
Right.
I mean, it happens. I mean, not saying I've done that. I have not.
I would hope not.
I mean, a lot of my hobbies time is spent here at AfterBuzz TV.
But I'm just, I'm sure you wouldn't be mad if, he was, standing over you, saving your life.
I love me some Nolan.
Hey! Okay, so... I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those things where in most, I guess I feel like you have to take a step back, because if that were a guy doing that to a woman, we would be like, oh my God, what's wrong with him? He's crazy. And granted, we do acknowledge that she's not, she's a few sandwiches short of a picnic. Mm-hmm. And he even speaks to this towards the end of the episode, that he kind of enjoyed the attention. I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of thought there was an element of cuteness to it. Because at first it did seem innocent. She drops by the station, which
muffins.
Was low key kind of awkward because Chen was there, with the muffins, and she was just hey, you want to come check on me? She was throwing it, and it's just unfortunate that he didn't have his glove and he wasn't trying to catch it.
It was very rom-com cute. And if a man had done it, it would have been flattering cute. It's just that when you take it that step further, figuring out where someone lives, listening to police brands so you can get them at your house.
See, not right.
Get in their bed naked.
Right. Not only that, but what I want to know is what kind of intel or what kind of spying or detective work does she do to find out, to be able to connect with his friend, and to be able to push up on his friend at the grocery store in hopes of getting back to the house.
You'd be surprised what you can find online.
Oh, I mean, I know. I mean, but just I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just lazy because that's too much work.
LA dating's hard.
ER's grandpa in the chat said, Bishop said she's in shock when she got out of the car. Did not catch that. Mm-hmm. What's funny though is in my notes I refer to her as a shocker. So you call her the Badge Bunny, I call her Electro Girl, aka the Shocker. But yeah, definitely I could see all of that, being in shock after an accident and everything, and just everything. And like he even said, your adrenaline is pumping. Mm-hmm. And that's why you're feeling all these different emotions. But that's not, this ain't it. So we're talking about badge bunnies. We're talking about baskets. And before we move on to our next topic, let's talk about the fact that we are giving you baskets of awesome content and shows here at AfterBuzz. Look, we just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk and for allowing us to continue to grow. And we need your help so we can continue to grow. Now, if you're on YouTube right now, you already know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating, because that's all it's worth. 5 stars. That's all we need. Now, no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. And being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we really do appreciate you and supporting us with, doing what we love. So don't forget to tell your friends, tell your husband, your wife, your kids, and keep enjoying our shows. And just, thank you.
Celebrate Valentine's with AfterBuzz TV.
I'm saying we will be here.
We will be here. And of course, this episode was all about love and some big reveals. First of all, I thought Talia was sleeping around with somebody. I wasn't sure if she was gay or straight. And then I thought, I think she's with a married man because her friend is not down with that. Did you figure that out?
I did not. So we can just go ahead and just put it out there right now. Your boy was not on his game today because I completely missed that. For me, I thought maybe she was just, trying to rekindle something with like a really crappy ex, something like that.
No, Angela was way too mad.
Because that happens too, where you're like, girl, do not call him back. He is no good. And I thought it was just one of those kind of deals. I didn't think it was a married man, because she's just she's so by the book, and
yes.
she sticks to her guns, and she just seems to me so disciplined and strong-willed that I can't see her being just somebody's side piece. So the fact that she was somebody's side piece and was entertaining on Valentine's Day going back, granted, I get loneliness plays a factor in that, and you just want to be, held and loved on. I don't know. I felt like she was so much stronger than that. And granted, she does show us that she is, but just, everybody's got a little weak spot.
I think he was separated when they first started, or he said he was separated, and then she had deeper feelings for him, and then it was hard to let go once she realized he was married. And the fact that he's trying to spend Valentine's Day with her means he is something else.
Okay.
Something else.
It's true, kind of. And I'll explain. Yeah, he's something else. He's a piece of work. However, we don't know what's going on in that man's home. Him and his wife might not even be vibing like that.
No.
His wife, they might not even be on that kind of level and connection with each other to where they're even doing anything. So it's like, okay, they're just kind of staying together maybe for the kids, or, they just haven't worked it out yet, or they just haven't had to come to Jesus, meeting. And he's like, okay, well, while this is all messed up at home, I'm gonna go out and, hit them streets in Rome. And why, who else to do it with, but, Officer Bishop, who was killing them in that dress.
She looks fabulous.
Woo!
Divorce.
She cleans up nicely.
Wait till he divorced. And now that she's met Nolan's extremely successful, rich roommate, I'm shipping that.
I don't think that's her speed. Girl, you
deserve that. Talia deserves that.
I don't think that's her speed. But I could be way off. But
He's charming, and he's rich, and he has that beachfront property. Please, he's everybody's type. Everybody's type. Everybody's time.
Okay.
And all right. I can't believe Wesley making eyes, picking somebody up while on duty, and going back even after getting his ass beat in front of him.
Oh, you talking about Officer West?
No, I'm talking about West.
Yeah, West. Yeah, you said Wesley. Okay, so right, West. Because I was saying we could talk about Wesley too, because we got to get on that.
Coming. Was shocked.
The Wesley or West? Which one?
Shocked that West is gay.
Okay. I kind of was
him for a while. He's so cute.
I kind of was just a smidge, but then not so much. I don't know, but yeah, it didn't really surprise me that much. Yeah, love I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just so I don't put my foot in my mouth. Love is love. Hey, but get your whole life. He was cute.
Was cute. I was like, and he's a nurse. Got a good job. You got that. I was okay with that, and I totally loved the little camaraderie and the jokiness when the guy was like, oh, hey, I can't eat this, I'm gluten, I was like, oh, how can you date someone without many food allergies?
Right.
And he's like, I'm kidding.
Right. He's like, I eat everything. I was like, I bet you do. Okay.
Wow.
But just real quick, before we jump to something else, we have to discuss Wesley and Lopez. Because now we knew when it left, when they left us before the break, that there was something there, and they were definitely going to go out on a date. I did not see them getting busy, but I'm glad they are. And I like that there's still that feistiness,
yes,
and
like
that playful, argumentative back and forth that they have. I still like that that's still there. Obviously, it is still new. And Wesley has some work to do because he definitely puts his foot in his mouth. But then again, she also kind of did herself a disservice. I can understand. The one thing I kind of thought was a little sus was when she did go into to check all of his stuff, his personal effects. She just got right in his phone. So you just, 2019, we just walking around with no locks on our phones. That's what's hot on the streets.
Now, I've never been arrested, so I don't know, but I believe they check your phones. And maybe she saw it because he spent the night, and some people are kind of sneaky like that.
Right,
but
and she checked that PIN code.
But that was like an invasion of property.
It was,
girl.
but I like the way she said, you know what, I did that as a civilian. I didn't do that as a cop, so it's not an illegal search.
She should have kept that to herself.
But and again, invading someone's privacy is never okay. No. But I understand. The curve was strong when he pissed her off, she left, and then she comes and she's like, okay, well, maybe you can make it up to me, take me out tonight. And he was like, oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, I already made plans.
He bought her a V-Day gift.
He did, but
she was dismissive of it. She tried to act like she didn't know.
Yeah, she did.
She was trying to play games and make sure that he knew that he wasn't in a serious relationship with her, and she played her hand, and she just pushed him a little too far.
Right.
He's way too fine for that girl. Way too fine.
So
fine.
FYNE according to Cherry. So moving along.
And he's a twin in real life.
Okay, so moving along. She that's definitely one of those congratulations. You played yourself. Because she did. Mm-hmm. She did, but I can understand. I think that a lot of times, and I'm going to cut this short because I know what we already discussed, but I think a lot of times women, but men do it too, but I think a lot of times women will put up the, hey, this is just, casual, this isn't serious, and that's a way of protecting themselves and keeping their guard up when, because they're like, that way if I put it out there like this, then if he catches feelings, then I can decide if I want to catch feelings. But if he decides to discard me or play me or whatever the case is, then, at least to him, it didn't faze me because I already, established that it was casual.
That is true.
And the thing, sometimes I feel like, at least speaking as a guy, if you tell me you don't like chicken, I'm going to think you don't like chicken. So if you tell me it's casual, then until we have a discussion and we establish that it is no longer casual on both sides, then yeah, it's casual. So, but I understand she kind of wanted to see what's what. She's like, okay, he just curved me, and why doesn't he want to spend time with me and go out on a dinner date and we can finish where we left off? And then she saw Melanie, and there's no nice way around it. She had to have done that, because otherwise she wouldn't have known. And how else would she have brought up Melanie outside of waiting for him to bring it up in some kind of way? And obviously, if I just don't think that would have happened had she not pulled that trigger. I think they'll make it through. They'll get past it.
She's gorgeous. He'll forgive her.
Did. Yeah, Shaka Khan.
But you know what was shocking tonight was Bradford letting Isabel go. Did you see that coming?
I did not.
Not
at all, because he's been holding a torch for her at all. Hombre de California in the chat. I'm sorry, real quick. He said, no buts, not cool at all. This is true. And Izar Grandpa said Med Bruz game was strong, which was definitely, yeah. He was already laying it on thick as soon as, West, acknowledged that he recognized him from the canyon. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. I did not see that coming.
No.
That because he's been holding the torch. He's been curving Nell super hard because she definitely is jonesing for him. And I get what he was saying, though. I mean, I kind of get it. It's kind of one of those things like I didn't want to get it because, hey, Isabel cleaned up nice. She had no residual crackish after effects at all. She looked like just a normal blonde Caucasian woman. I was just like, okay, cool.
But I
was happy that she was truly healthy and not putting on the front.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, maybe it was good for him to curve Nell and whatever. And I understand that, for them to get back together, he doesn't want anything that will put her back in a position to possibly relapse. So I respect it. It's a tough decision. And I'm only going to be behind that decision if he hooks up with Nell. I'm just saying, give Nell a chance. I'm team Nell all day.
I love Nell, and I really like the way Bradford explained why he wasn't coming back, which is he felt in her position when what was going on in her life, he could not leave her. He couldn't abandon her. And now he needs to let her go. Because that's a lot of memories and hurt and crap going on and imagining what happened. So I can't blame him, but much respect for him. And from episode 1, Bradford's growth as a person as we've gotten to know him, I like him more and more.
I'm telling you, every episode, but I like everybody more and more. I love this show. I'm going to need y'all to invite us for a hot little on-set visit. We can go do lunch. We'll treat. But I'm just saying, I like everybody, but yeah, I definitely really like his growth. And I'm not going to lie, I'm low-key piece of dirt because I was team cut her off. And he didn't. He held her down, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do when you're married.
Yes.
He definitely held her down, and now he's letting her go so she can live her whole best life.
Yes.
And that didn't make sense, but it does.
It does make sense.
Her whole life, but the best part, and he's trying to help her live it.
Yes. And he's gonna let it go. Now, what did you think about Mr. Alzheimer? Did not see him being a serial killer. I thought he was some harmless old man attacked by some nut job.
I did for a hot second. And when I say hot second, I'm talking about burning your finger ooh, real quick. Because that's how long it takes for you to realize that the stove is hot. I pretty much, I don't know, there was just something that just seemed kind of off. And then once I got the background and it was okay, there was an attempted abduction, I don't know. There was just something off. It didn't seem like he was 100%, that he had amnesia, and he just didn't seem like he had dementia. And the fact that he was so self-aware of it, a lot of dementia, a lot of people that have dementia, they're not necessarily aware that they're losing a lot of their faculties. They're not really aware and oh yeah, I got dementia, so that might be why I forgot to turn the stove off last night. No, they're not. That just doesn't. You're not saying those things. No. So that kind of tipped me off a little bit that something might be off. But there was a part of me that thought he might just be a poor old man that's losing his mind and got knocked over on the street.
I knew something was going on when Wes was looking up for his family and he had nobody. Then he moved around a bunch of times, which I was like, that's interesting. And then when they sort of did the search and realized, because when he slipped up and knew it was a woman, I was like, okay.
Right. That was
why they were. I was like, how'd you know that? Did they mention that? I was like, once again, Angela's on her game. She's jockeying to be captain or police detective. She's always on her game. She's always nah, I'm gonna do whatever I need to shine. And she blew up, catching a serial killer, beating his behind in the staircase.
Yeah,
girl.
But we already know Lopez is that deal.
Yes.
But yeah, that whole stairwell takedown was nice.
That was nice.
I'm gonna need Wes to work on his game. Yes. It's one of those things where it's we're sitting and we're chilling and I'm like, hey, check out the dude behind you. That doesn't mean you turn around. I'm gonna need you to use your peripherals I'm gonna need you to be smooth about it. Drop something, kind of look as you. So when she sends him that text and says, "Look, this dude might be the serial killer," I'm gonna need you to not look right in there and give him that look like, "What's going on, Bob?" Even though I know his name is Scott, I'm just saying he just kind of gave. He let the cat out of the bag.
He looked at him like his eyes got all big, like. Ooh.
Right, and then so then that's when, and that's when Scott knew, okay, he's on to me.
Yes, he was like playing along and being like a nicely old man. And all of a sudden he was like, oh, he knows. Beat him up, beat West up, and he beat his cute nurse boyfriend up. I was like, dang.
Yeah, hey, he was badass. For him to be a little heavier, said your boy was moving.
He's been practicing killing people for a while, so I guess he got the moves.
This is true.
Got the moves. So that was one serial killer that was a scary old man, and I could imagine totally wandering off with him because he looked harmless.
Right, and Steven in the chat, he said that he plays a villain quite a bit, which is true. I have seen him play. Matter of fact, when I come to think about it, I don't think I've ever seen him play a good guy.
He was in Star Trek Deep Space Nine as a nice guy.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But he had watch stuff on his face. So
got you. Okay, so he was an alien.
Alien. This was such a fun episode. I am very impressed with Carol Banker, who was the director, as well as the writers, Vincent and Joe, and Alexi Holly, who's one of the co-creators of the series.
Nice.
I am just thinking to myself, we need a few premonitions.
All of that.
Now, you're AfterBuzz TV.
So what do you think is going to happen next week?
Okay, so I completely forgot that's one of the things they teased us with before we took our break. Because at that point I thought, okay, first episode off break, after break is going to be this money episode.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be that episode.
And it wasn't, and that's fine. This is going to be tricky because Nolan is super Captain Good Guy, Mr. I Can't Tell a Lie. So I think he's going to either tell the truth and pass the test, but then he's going to, put, that's going to in turn put, Chen on blast and his relationship with her on blast.
Yes.
Or he's going to try to lie and fail the test miserably, and then they're going to dig deeper. I'm definitely curious as to what happened to that money.
Me too.
And then furthermore, why weren't there cameras in the room? Y'all couldn't have set up some quick GoPros.
Well, they usually have the cameras on the body cams.
Right, they do have the body cams, but they had on a lot of extra gear. I don't know why they had on Battle Rattle to watch the money, unless there was a bomb in there possibly, and even then that doesn't make sense. So I don't know why they, and when I say Battle Rattle, I'm talking, the helmets, the Kevlar, and all that jazz. I'm not quite sure exactly why they had all of that. So I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that this, I think it's going to be something that we, obviously we're not going to have seen coming, but it's not going to be any of them that's responsible for the money missing. But yeah, the fact that they have to take this lie detector test, that's going to throw things out of whack.
I'm super excited because their secret's going to come out. Lucy almost spilled it. She keeps knowing things that she really shouldn't know about him anyway, so it's going to come out. You can't keep that a secret. So we will be seeing you guys next Tuesday, but how can we find you, Kaaos?
You can find me on Twitter. That's right, KAOSJ. And then you can find me on Instagram, Kaaos_31, because I'm giving you 31 flavors of waviness.
You can find me, Cherry_LA, on Twitter and Instagram. And of course, I'm one of the co-hosts of Supernatural on Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe. Please listen to us on our Apple and give us 5 stars. Give us a thumbs up. We'll be seeing you next Tuesday. Thank you so much. We love you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.